Hello. Okay, I'm back and I'm ready to do this. Yes, tell my friends. I'm ready to do our cosmetology segment. Beauty is natural. Cosmetology segment. We are going into detail with cosmetologists about the cosmetology world. Not only just hair, nails, makeup, skincare, estheticians, hairstylists. This is a broad industry, and there's so much things to learn and to continue to learn and to, educate yourself on. And the best education is experience. So I love talking to cosmetologists that have experience, that's been doing this for a while, and who love what they do. So today I have Jazmine on here. She's a friend of mine. I've known her for a while. We have been co-workers, and we were working at the same salon for a while. So I'd love to have her join me here. And as soon as she does, I'm going to let her in. She's here right now. All right, guys. So bear with me. Lives are unpredictable. So, yeah, we're going to get on here and talk about all things cosmetology. And I'm excited to see what she has to say on these topics because she's also a well-seasoned stylist in New York. And she's doing really good, and I really love her work. She's a very great hairstylist. That's first and foremost. And she's very experienced. So, I can't wait for her to join us in here. I have a few questions I want to ask her and just a few things to get into with her, about our professional, our profession. She's a hairstylist like me, and she works with natural hair as well. So that's always good, and that's always new because if you are a stylist out there or a hairstylist, you know that natural hair is like uncharted territories. A lot of people are still trying to figure out the natural world and the natural game. So it's always good to discuss these things with natural stylists because they're basically the ones in the thick of it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The bangs. So she's going to join us as soon as she can. Let me see. It should let me know when she gets on. And, yeah. So, how's she get in here? Okay, she's here, guys. Let's see. Hey, hi, Jazmine.
Hi, good evening, Dominique. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Thank
How
you
you
so
doing
much for
today?
joining us.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you. I know you're busy. So we're going to get into our beautiful discussion. I had just been explaining to some of the people who had joined us what we were going to be discussing. And I want to get back into it because it's important to say these things that I was just speaking on about how we're into the beauty industry and there's a lot of things that are, uncharted territories. And the best education is experience, and I was explaining how you're a well experienced stylist in New York City and how much I admire that about you and why I asked you to join us today. So I would like you to introduce yourself and let us know who we speaking with today, who we in the presence of.
Well, I'm Jasmine, and my Instagram is Jasmine Knows Hair, and I have been in the industry for over 20 years. I want to say practically all my life, and I enjoy making women look and feel beautiful. Your crown is everything, and starting off with, natural hair is our natural state of our hair is so important, and the health of it. So I like to contribute to that and making women look and feel beautiful.
I did not know you had 20 years in. That's a long time. Wow. No wonder. No wonder. I admire you because you're really professional, and I had the pleasure of working with you and being around you in our element. And I I was excited to have you on here today in the beginning of it, because this is really the beginning of my journey doing this cosmetology segment. And I'm still a little nervous sometimes when I'm talking on live, but I just want you to know how much I appreciate you coming here today and sharing these things with us. So I wanted to talk to you about just some, basic professional things that will really help another stylist trying to come up in this industry. Not just a hairstylist, makeup artist, nail techs, estheticians. We deal with all of those things. And I know you're probably into a little bit of all of those things. So I wanted to ask you about your experience coming into the beauty industry. And, how did you start in the beauty industry?
Well, I started at a very young age. I was 12 years old, and I think I did my first relaxer on one of my neighbor's daughters. And I always loved doing hair. I would do like my friends' hair, my cousins' hair. A lot of them have tuned in. Hi, everybody. I see y'all on, and I really appreciate the love and support. Dominique, I appreciate you allowing me to have this platform to talk about this, as the beauty industry isn't going anywhere. And I think that everyone should be encouraged to put their hands into someone that takes it very seriously. So I went to high school. I went to vocational high school. I wanted to do beauty, but I didn't. I ended up taking like medical assistant, but I was very passionate about hair. So I got my beauty license. I went to beauty school. I got my license. I've been licensed since 1997. So
Wow.
yes, that's a really, really long
What
time.
school did you go to?
It's called LIDS, Learning Institute for Beauty Sciences. It's now Empire.
Wow.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
so that was then.
Yeah.
I'm dating myself. I'm 27, y'all. No,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But I
That's
I've been
beautiful,
licensed.
honestly.
I've been licensed since 1997, and
Mm-hmm.
when you go to beauty school, they want to place you into salons.
Mm-hmm.
So my first experience was I went into a salon, and it was diverse, and it was really cool. It was nice, but then it was competitive. So like senior stylists were destroying new stylists,
Mm-hmm.
products, and it was a little scary for me.
What about the
So I
clientele? Were the clientele diverse?
No. So
Mm-hmm.
because of the location,
Mm-hmm.
it was mostly Black women coming into the salon.
Okay.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and what was end up happening were people's hair were being destroyed because of what was happening behind the scenes. And
Mm-hmm.
I was intimidated by that. I was a little alarmed by that, because in beauty school, it was different. It seemed so like you're learning this craft, you're learning how to get your license, and you're going to step out into the world, and it's going to be fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So then I started doing hair on my own independently.
Mm-hmm. I've been doing hair on my own for a while too. And it's like it's so similar, our stories, like our stories with entering the beauty industry. That's interesting because even now that's still the case a lot in a lot of salons. It's still the case. It's still the case. Wow.
Well, yeah, I think that we were blessed, like in the space that we had. Um, when we were a family, when we were
Mm-hmm.
working in the salon together, we taught each other, we learned off of each other. We had some great stylists around each other, and I
Mm-hmm.
think I really appreciate that experience,
Yeah.
because we all wanted to win, and we all
Yeah.
wanted to see each other win. And
Mm-hmm.
although we've all gone through our separate paths, we're all still very supportive of each other and what we're doing in this space.
Right. Yeah, that's great. That's really great. And that's even an inspiring story because it's not going to be perfect anything that you do. So, I mean, I met you in the salon and that was a really great experience. I really don't have that many bad experiences in salons, but I noticed that things happen and there's always an upside to it because it's life. And when you are merging your life with people in that setting, it really was. You actually taught me some things too at the salon. I wanted to point that out because you taught me how to do point cutting. I don't know if you remember,
Oh,
but you taught me
okay.
how to do point cutting when I first started working at the salon, and I really used that all the time after you taught me how to do it.
Well, and that's why I say like it was a really great space. We had a really good community. You know, I still love everybody that we worked with. We
Hmm.
all learned from each other. Everyone came in with their own specific technique or something unique. And I think that we all piggybacked off of that because we all had the same thing in mind, the client's hair.
Right,
And we had business booming. We had repeat clients. We
right.
had we had an abundance of new clients. So I think
Hmm.
we had a dream team, and I think that we all did really, really well. And it made for because we cared about our clients here, and
Yes.
that you miss that a lot now. A lot of it now is come with your hair wash, come with your hair
Hmm.
detangled, come with your
Hmm.
hair this way, you
Hmm.
know. And I think we all naturally just cared about women's hair.
Yes, that's why this that gets me into my next question too that I wanted to ask you, but that's why I wanted to do this because the level of standard that you have as a stylist is really important. And that working in that type of setting was really set the standard for me because I started working there as soon as I graduated from beauty school. So that set the standard for me to like I don't even play when it comes to a lot of those things. Like I don't and it's just the way that I was taught basically, as soon as I came from beauty school, I learned a natural hair in the thick of it. And it was really a great experience, I must say. It really does set the tone for your career, when you start in a place like that. So I wanted to ask you something about advancing your career as a stylist. Like what do you have any tips for a stylist trying to advance their career?
So there's a difference. So when I started, although I had clientele, I felt like I needed to start at the bottom. So I went to a salon and I went for commission because I'm like,
Hmm.
and even if I was able to, I wanted it so bad that I was willing to be an assistant,
Hmm.
but I was I was able and offered commission, so I
Yeah.
worked commission. And once you want to elevate and advance yourself, I think the most important thing is to retain the clients that you have. Retention is important in advancing
Hmm.
your career. It's not just
Hmm.
about a one and done,
Right.
because you can definitely have one client and then that client never come back. It's
Right.
important to, in advancing your career, you need to be educated, you need to
Hmm.
take some classes, you
Hmm.
need to keep up with the trends, you need to
Right.
keep up with what works for your clients here, what works
Yeah.
for different clients here. Just because
Hmm.
something is trendy doesn't mean that it's going to be the best thing for clients here.
Right.
Depending on the clientele you have.
Hmm.
Keratin was out at one point,
Yeah.
and keratin kept a lot of African women's hair straight, um, you know, but
Hmm.
a lot of African American women wanted their curls. So,
Right.
you had to learn that, this is not, it's a permanent process. But then other things came up, amino acid treatments, where it rinses out. And, like, so
Hmm.
you keep up and
Yep.
you learn more and more about what's happening. You have to educate yourself in order to be successful. And then you have to also know how to invest in yourself.
Mm.
Investing in yourself is classes, your tools, techniques.
Yes.
All of those things matter in order for you to be successful. How you look, how time is money. All of those things matter, in order for you to gain success.
Right. Thank you. That's just you just dropping all the gems because that's that's great advice because honestly, that's things that you might have to learn over time and make mistakes, but especially when you first starting. But being on time is really one of the things that I used to struggle with, and that's something that I've gotten so much better with it. So I just that speaks to me.
Oh yeah, so time management is essential, and I think COVID has really put us in a space where you have to value your time and you have to schedule things differently. Prior to COVID, we was like spinning the clients in the chair. We had a system. We had assistants washing, then you'd be blow drying, flat. Like, we had a system. Now
Okay.
the services are a little bit more one on one.
Yeah.
So, of course, prices have increased. Inflation is everywhere, but the
Mm-hmm.
experience is different with your client. It's more
Right.
of a one-on-one. It's safer, um, and then you just get to build a relationship. And I think a lot of clients are paying attention more to that experience. Now it's about the experience. It's not just,
Mm-hmm.
oh, my hair looks good. It's
Right.
about the experience. So time management, that's something key that I had to learn too, because you got to respect people's time. You know, everyone has families. Some women are in school.
Right.
You know, it's just a lot of different things. And you too. We as
Mm-hmm.
stylists, we have lives too. So, you
Yeah.
know, like for
Yeah.
now, I'm streaming. I'm in Colombia, and you
Wow.
know, it's a blessing for me to
Yes.
be here. It's Friday. You and I
Yeah.
are both here on a Friday.
Yes.
Friday is
Yes.
prime time. It's one of the
Yes.
prime. It's the Monday for a
Yes.
hairstylist. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Friday
Yes.
and Saturday is our Monday. So this is a
Yes.
blessing that we have the ability to sit
Yeah.
here and have this conversation. And that's
Definitely.
because we are successful. So, you
Yes.
know, you pay attention to those things. But when you respect people's time and people respect your time, um, everything starts to flow.
Yes. Yes. Definitely. And I really appreciate you being here. I can't say that enough because
Thank you for
you're
having
really,
me.
oh, don't even mention it. That gets me into the next thing I want to talk about with you because we're gonna get on the flow of it because I know you busy and you in Colombia. I just want to thank you again. You are
It's
internationally
my
talking to
pleasure.
us. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. This is
Thank you.
Hair has always been my passion. So
Mm,
I'm here because I love my clients.
right.
They welcome me back. I stopped in like 2019,
Mm-hmm.
and they welcomed me back with open arms. So I know that it's a blessing to be here, and I'm glad that you're allowing me this platform so that they can get a better understanding of what we do and how important and how passionate we are about caring for our clients.
Yes, and that is literally the number one goal is your clients' or overall being, well-being, and that is like their hair is really their crown, like you said. So it becomes a relationship. That's one of the things that I love about this business is that you create so many relationships and you have so much, so much, so much. It's like an overpour of of love and abundance because people always are gonna love you. You use your two hands to create beautiful things for people, beautiful life in people. And that's one of the things that I love about it. I've been doing this since I've been 14. That's why I was saying we have a similar story. I hope it comes out during these lives, like my story a little bit. But this is more about me introducing other stylists that I really appreciate and I really love. Like I may watch from a distance, or I just see you on Instagram. I haven't seen you in a while, but I really love all the stylists that I asked to do this because of that, because they care for hair, because of their work ethic, because of their talent, because that's really important too. Like a lot of stylists are talented in this industry and you are definitely one of them, like
Thank
super
you.
talent, like, and
We we
gifted,
we
like
are
gifted.
we
All
are
your hair, all
well.
your clients hair is beautiful. All your
Thank
clients hair
you.
is beautiful.
Thank you. And I appreciate that because you said you've been doing this since you were 14. I think that everybody on this earth has a gift. You just have to find it out. And we have been gifted with our hands. And I want to take this from Mika English, you
Mm,
know. Um,
yes.
she is
Mm,
like my hands go up down to
yes.
Mika,
One of the
but she
greatest
has,
stylists I ever
yes, one
met.
of the greatest. She's
Yes.
taught us a lot of things of how to get
Mm,
everything done expeditiously,
mm,
product. She said our hands, these
mm.
10 fingers that we
Right.
were blessed with
Yes.
that allow us to do what we do.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
never really saw the importance of how our hands do the work. Not everybody could do it. So it's a blessing that we have.
That gets into the next thing I want to talk about with you. What do you think is the source of being a successful stylist? What is the source? I know we talked about what is and things to advance your career, but what do you really think that you possess that gives you the the ease to be a good hairstylist? If I want to tell you what it is for me, it's being positive and always trying to look at things from a positive outlook. It really helps me in every situation and dealing with any type of client and transitioning to any type of new world or new situation because that happens a lot in in the beauty industry. So that's what it is for me. It's just being positive and always having that positive outlook.
Positivity is key, but I also think is being talented and
Mm-hmm.
recognizing your talent, um,
Mm-hmm.
and having the need to want to make women look and feel beautiful. Like I have a wide range of clients, clients that may have alopecia, clients
Mm-hmm.
that may have, hair that they think is difficult to deal with. I have clients that have really long hair. I have clients
Right.
that don't know how to do a hair at all. So we have a diverse group of clientele. In order to be successful, you have to embody trust. Like you have to build trust with
Yes.
your clients. And that's not an easy job, you
Mm.
know. But to do that transition, to make that magic happen every time,
Right.
um, wins you over all the time. You'll
Right.
win over every time, and not all the time will you hit the head on the nose, but 9 times out of 10, when you are genuine, authentic, and passionate about what you're doing, and not just being a yes person, you end up having like a client that's going to be loyal forever.
Mm-hmm. That's great advice too. It's hard not to be a yes person when you always want to please the client. You know, you always want to please the client, but a lot of times they don't know it's really good for their hair too. Sometimes they'll do just like you said. You know, they'll be like, "Oh, I want to do this style because it's trending. I like to do this all the time." And then in a few months, they don't have any edges, and they like, "Wait a minute, why is this happening?" You know, I've been doing the front too, and I like that, but it's really not good for them. But being a yes person could get you in a lot of situations.
Well, yeah, I'm very honest. So like, if you need a trim, I'm gonna give you a trim. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna give you a haircut, but I'll tell you, I'm gonna cut this amount, and you'll see how your hair looks. Like I said, it's building trust. Everyone's
Mm-hmm.
visual, so when you actually show people, show women, men, what they're dealing with and their hair and how you can change it, they trust you. They trust your judgment. I had someone tell me they don't cut their hair because of religious purposes.
Mm.
So, and it's just like, okay, I'm gonna go with that, but I want to show you how your hair looks. And then
Mm-hmm.
when you actually show a person the
Hmm.
health of their hair, they think about it.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wanted to talk about um, how you you've been in the hair industry for a long time, but is there any other things that you are getting into the beauty industry, like
So,
skin care? You know.
so I haven't deviated from hair too much. I think that um, retail. So I
Mm-hmm.
think retail is a very important space for hairstylists
Hair.
because, like, hair products, and just overall maintenance.
Yeah, things
So
you
like
use. Mm-hmm.
the things you use, when your client steps out of your chair, the first thing they may do is go to a beauty supply store, or they're going to go home and they're going to comb their hair, they're going to be in their hair, and you need to be able to provide them with the right information or the right products and tools. And if you have it, because they trust you, 9 times
Right.
out of 10, they're going to go into it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have my cosmetology license, so it covers hair, skin, nails. Like you said, esthetician, makeup,
Mm-hmm.
um, the whole gamut. But I'm
Right.
gonna be honest with you, I don't know how to do makeup. um, and so I stick with what I know. I think
Right.
that you'll be very successful when you have a niche. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
trying to do everything. And I
Mm-hmm.
honestly feel like if I wanted to explore other options, I would.
Right.
But I think that sometimes when you have your hand in so many different pots, you can end up being mediocre. But
Right.
if you learn how to do lashes, like if you're a hairstylist and you learn how to
Mm-hmm.
do lashes, one thing we do is we're visual learners, we're technical learners. So once we learn it, we master it.
Right.
So I don't think that there's anything wrong with stepping outside of something else that you would do. What I would do, me personally, I would love to be an educator. So I
Mm.
had a mentor before.
Yes.
I got into the salon, and she entrusted me to be a platform educator.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a really dope experience
Wow.
because there are so many people, whether they have their license or not, and this was actually for licensed stylists. We invest in our craft, so people are
Yes.
willing to listen. So I think being an educator, especially about our hair, is something that I would definitely love to explore.
Right. And I feel like there isn't, if there isn't a many, that's what another thing I was going to get into too. When I learned about hair, it wasn't anything that they specifically went into about natural hair, about our type of hair. So a lot of things that I learned was directly in the salon. So being an educator in this field is important. Like I feel like it's a need for it. Like there's minimal education in natural hair care reactions, So that's really important. I do want to get into the very last thing that I want to talk about with you. Is I will be sad to see you go. I know you have to go. I really want to thank you for being here with us for again.
It's
But
my
I wanted
pleasure.
to
It's
ask
my
you,
pleasure.
thank you. With your hair being with hair care being with our hair being such an influence in our culture, what do you want to leave the hair game with? Like what do you want to leave the hair industry with from you, Jazmine?
So just to piggyback off of what I said about being an educator, I think it's so important that when you're handing off the baton to other hairstylists that are coming out of cosmetology school, for them to go back into hair care. I think it's so important that Black women or women of color, Black, brown women, they retain their curls, they retain their hair, because it's a myth that we don't have long hair or we don't have growing hair. And I think that we should wear wigs, weaves,
Mm-hmm.
braids because you want to, not
Mm-hmm.
because you have to. So I
Right.
think overall, it's important that we care for our clients' hair and not just, you know, you want the Nicki Minaj, you want you want the
Mm-hmm.
different hairstyles that are
Yes.
cool for celebrities. But if you look at these celebrities, they have hair underneath. And
Right.
also, like when you go to LA, there's not a lot of Black hairstylists that are caring for these actresses' hair. It's a need. It's a
Yeah.
need for us to be educated to care for people's hair and not just be a money grab. I think that
Right.
we should be getting paid right. I think that
Right.
it's important because what we're doing, um, we invest in ourselves. The products are professional products. Our tools are
Right.
professional. But I think overall hair care and being educated is very important because
Yes.
cosmetology school teaches you how to pass the state board,
Mm-hmm.
but you really need to be educated on learning how to care for hair.
Yes. Yes. And I think we need to educate our clients too on their own hair and what we're using to maintain their hair, how we're maintaining their hair too, because sometimes I have clients come to me and they, like you said, they don't want to do these things because they don't know any better. But a lot of the times when stylists are educating their clients over across the board, we were doing that when we worked together. There was always education for the clients as well. We wouldn't just do things to their hair. We would let them know what we're doing and how we're doing it and what's going to benefit their hair. And that's really important too. And I'm just so glad that I had you on here today. You were just amazing. And I want to do this again, but I wanted to see about doing just me, me and you individually. But it is an idea that is in the works to do multiple stylists at once. But I don't know how that would turn out. We gonna talk about that. See if you could get on here with multiple stylists. Because I had a stylist that wanted to get on here with you, but I was
Well,
like,
we
no.
should have made it happen. I mean, I think that we should. I think this is a forum and a space. And like I said, from our previous experience, we were a community, and I
Yeah.
think that we all respect each other. I think that we
Yes.
all love each other. I think that we all bounce off of each other, and I think it's very important that our clients know that there are stylists out here that actually care about their hair
Definitely.
and like entrusting them. So like when I did leave for a while, I was able to refer clients to other stylists because there's money
Definitely.
to be made for everyone. And
Yeah.
I want you to
Mm.
make sure that your hair is in the proper care of someone
Mm-hmm.
that I'm going to entrust you with. So I think that it's important that we do build a community as hairstylists together. You're amazing,
Yeah.
and I think that you should continue these type of platforms for us. I think you
Oh,
should bring us together. Um,
thank you.
it's something that's required because we're not seen.
Thank you
Um,
so much.
we're not seen.
I want to say something about that real quick. I was a little discouraged. I started to do this last year, but someone discouraged me. Another stylist, they were like, "Oh, I don't know why you're doing that. You're not getting any money from doing that." And I was just like, I'm called to do this. I don't know why, but I want to. This has been something that's been on my mind for so long. And it's for that reason alone that we are not seen a lot. And hairstylists are very important in our culture. Like not just the hairstylists, the whole beauty industry is very important in our culture. And we have to educate each other, educate our people, and really work on bringing each other up. I really am, and I'm inspired by you in so many ways. And I'm just so grateful to have you here. So that is very important. Like, that's why I wanted to have you by myself, because that other stylist, I'm not gonna say their name here, but they was like, I want to be on with Jazmine too. Let me join y'all. You can know it could be 4 people. I'm like, no, thank you. Not right now.
Yeah,
No.
but I'm with it because I appreciate the one-on-one time because I admire you too.
Thank
I think that what you're doing is amazing and you should keep
you. Thank you
going.
so
You're
much.
always going to be met with a naysayer, but
Mm,
when your spirit calls for you to do something, you should just go ahead and do it. Um, my spirit called for me to come back. So I'm
mm.
back and I'm so grateful that everyone has come back to me, welcome me with open arms because it can be it's very competitive when you go.
Yeah.
People find somewhere else to go, and they build relationships and they build trust with those other stylists. The only unique thing that I can say is that no one is me, and
Yeah.
I'm not being conceited. I'm not
I didn't
being
want to
like,
interrupt you, but your clients missed you when you were gone. They missed you. They
and
missed you. They didn't.
I
Oh,
missed
they
them.
welcomed you, but they definitely missed you.
I miss them too, but you have to do family first,
Hmm.
and then you have to pay attention to what's in front of you. Um, I have a great support system. My husband is one of the biggest ones, and at first I was doing it because I had to, but now I'm doing it because I want to. He has afforded me a space to do it because I'm passionate. He sees how passionate I am about it, and that means a lot. And even if you don't have that, um, the people need us. Women need us.
Yeah.
Women, children, men. Like I even
Yes.
have people bring some of their children to me, and I know a lot of stylists may not take children, but children end up being lifetime clients. You just
Yeah.
have to make sure that they're ready. Some kids are just not ready. And we understand how it goes, but it's so important that we care for one another and the hair. Like the hair is
Right.
our crown. Without
Right.
it, you walking around looking you lost. Hair is
Right.
that's one of the first things that people see is your hair and you're confident about it.
Mm.
So I just think that, and I'm grateful and I'm thankful for you for allowing me to be here. Um, I'm
Hopefully we
grateful
can
for
have
all
it.
the people that tuned in. I see everyone. Hi,
Oh
everyone. I
yes.
appreciate you guys, all the reposts, joining in. This won't be the last time you see me.
No.
And I'm so grateful that Dominique has me here. Please follow her,
Thank you.
and tune into these lives because we have to be seen. It's so important
Yes.
that we're seen. It's a lot of people that are out here and they're big because of celebrities, but we are
Mm,
actually the people that care about your hair. It's
mm,
a look, but when you
mm-hmm.
want to get that good shampoo, that good steam treatment, that
Mm-hmm.
trim, you want that real care for your
Right.
hair. You need to lock in on professional good hairstylists.
It's true. And when you good, people, you can't stop. It's like you almost can't stop because I tried before. I was like, I need to take a break. It's COVID. I'm trying to, and people won't leave you alone. They're like, please, like you've been gone for 3 months, 4 months. I need you. Please, please. My hair's messed up. I can't do this without you. But it's a great feeling. It's really feeling needed. And definitely we are needed. And we need to be seen just like this as we are because we are definitely humans and we are people who are pushing our culture forward. in everything that we do, and everybody that we touch, and every client that we help. We are pushing our culture forward. So I want to thank you, and I hope that we can see you again, because I know there's a stylist that wants to get on here with you. So hopefully we
Well,
can do it again, and we're gonna
let's
talk
do
about
it.
that.
Let's do it,
Yes,
Dominique. You know
yes.
it's all love. I
Ugh,
really appreciate you having me. You are the best.
thank you
Thank you
so
so much
much.
for creating this platform, inviting me. It's Black History Month, and
Yes,
it's Black History Month every day, right? So we
yes,
just have to keep pushing the
mm,
narrative
mm,
that we are here to care for our clients here.
yes,
There's longevity, and there are stylists that actually um, are at the foundation of what hair care is about. Black hair care,
right,
and just hair care altogether. In beauty school, they told us hair is hair, but our hair is very special. So,
right.
we're here to take care of it. Um, I am in Harlem,
Yes,
so if anybody is interested in booking appointments, I am
yeah,
here. I am working on getting my information together, but a lot of people have my contact information. And but Jazmine.knows here,
yes,
Jazmine.knows here, Instagram. But I'm
yes,
working on getting everything together. But I am in Harlem, and I am
yes.
accepting appointments.
Yes, please. They need you. They need you. I know people probably got on here was like, because I definitely said that you are in Harlem. Someone did me say, "Oh, she's working in Harlem." Okay, I said, "Yes, please hit her up on her Instagram, and she definitely will get back to you." And I'm really excited for anyone that sits in your chair, especially if they came from me. I told them, you got to make sure you tell her you know her through me. You got to
That's
tell
right.
her.
And I would do the same thing. So I would be like, listen, when I refer you, let them know that I referred you, because it's
Yes,
always love. Like,
yes,
we've come from a space where we was in the trenches together, and
yes.
we all worked together like it was a united front. I don't think we never really had any smoke. We worked together like it was just really magic. And I'm
Yes.
so
Mm.
glad that we're able to be here through it all. Of course, you get good and bad with everything, but overall, we've all learned from each other. We've all helped each other. We've all, like, I'm glad that you invited me here, and I really, really appreciate it. And we have to get more into your story. So if I got to
Yes.
do a live and then I got to ask you questions, then that's what we're going to be doing, Dominique. So
I'm totally down for it. I'm
don't
totally
think
down for
that
it. I
you
was
can't,
so nervous. I was so nervous. I don't know.
you,
You made me nervous, I think, Jazz. I was like, oh, I can't wait to get on here. But I literally my heart was just racing. I don't know. I may have been acting a little strange, but I'm feeling a little better now. But I was really nervous, and I'm just like,
You're a natural. I couldn't tell. So you're a natural. I think we
thank
worked
you.
this out really well.
Thank
Um,
you.
and I think that we should continue. I think we should
Yes, we
continue.
are. We are.
I look forward to being with other stylists. I look forward
Yes.
to whatever guests you have on. We may want to have a client on that wants to have a
Oh, that's
conversation.
a great idea.
So
See, that's why
we
I have
want
to talk to you. I gotta call you
we
because we
we
have to
we
talk. Yeah,
we
we gotta talk because
we gonna vibe.
you have great ideas. That was a great idea, and that's gonna happen. That's definitely gonna happen. That's a great idea. Having a client on, I would love that. I really would. I really would love that. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna see if I can have a client on that I sent to you, because this girl is really trying to come to you. So I'm gonna see about that. That's a great idea.
All
That
right,
is a great
Dominique.
idea. Yeah, we're gonna do this. It was good talking to you, and could you just say it one more time where people can find you at, and how they can get in touch with you?
So the best thing to do is to click that text button on the Instagram. I'm
Okay,
located in Harlem. You will get all the confirmation details once you book an appointment.
right.
I'm very responsive. Please allow 24-hour window, but
Hmm.
I'm very responsive, and I am in Harlem, so
Yes.
centrally located. Please come. I'm accepting new
Get those
clients.
hearts. Mm.
I'm accepting new clients. I'm so grateful. I'm humbly grateful to be back. And thank you again, Dominique, for this opportunity. Um, all the luck to you. And I look forward
Thank
to seeing
you.
you again. And
Yes.
hello to everyone that chimed in, tuned in. I appreciate you. Love y'all. And have a great
Yes.
weekend.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day weekend. You have a great weekend too. And I'll see you soon. We're going to be back. We're going to be
That's right,
back.
Dominique. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.